What's going on, party people? Welcome to another episode of the Men in Scoring Position podcast. I am your resident runner on second, Bill Kyrus, joined by the possible next starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. He's known around here as the runner on third because he's always about to score. Travis Benz.
What's up, people? How we doing? How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty well. How's that tryout going?
To be honest with you, I think I made the roster.
Yeah?
I think the only qualifications they said you needed were to be under the age of 50 and to be able to throw 10 yards within a 10-yard horizontal, like from side to side. So you don't really need to be pinpoint accurate.
I think you can do that.
I can hand the ball off to Isaiah Crowell.
Yeah.
He's still the running back?
Yeah, pitch it to Duke Johnson. You're fine.
Duke Johnson. Yeah.
So many options.
We're going all the way. Oh, man. Guys, what's going on? If you heard us laughing in the beginning, we had to do a couple takes on that, so apologize if that was a little flat. We are the Men in Scoring Position podcast, sports-related podcast. You can find us on Facebook, SoundCloud, iTunes, all self-titled Men in Scoring Position. You can find us on Twitter and Snapchat at Men in Scoring POS. For our Does He Know What He's Talking About segments, fantasy questions. We're very focused on fantasy football right now. You can email us at meninscoringpod@gmail.com. Billy, what do they always need to do?
Rate, review, subscribe, and tell a friend.
Tell a couple friends.
Tell a few friends.
Yeah, like a plethora?
Cornucopia of friends, if you will.
God, that'll never get old. Dude, first off, guys, we want to give a big shout-out to the Laugh Factory. They are we are sponsored through them. Without them, none of this would be possible.
Yeah, they're great sponsors. Whenever, I want to pick up the needle again, I give them a call.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't do it. And we go out and we get coffee. Great sponsors.
Was that too dark? I don't know. But no, they've definitely been good for us. So big shout out to them. Also, big shout out to our friends at Frank's Bar.
Oh, yeah.
Located at 2503 North Clark Street. Open 11 to 4, 11 to 5.
AM?
AM.
In the morning?
AM to AM, dude.
Wow.
It's crazy, right?
That's a lot of opening.
All right, enough plugs. What's going on? What do we got? We got a lot of stuff to talk about, right? We do?
The week that was in sports.
Take the helm.
So, being from Chicago, we're going to talk about the Cubs, absolutely. I think first, though, let's just get some NBA out of the way. It was the tip-off 2 days ago.
Season's back, man.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys saw that because if you guys don't know this already, the Cubs are in the World Series, which is holy crap.
Are they?
Yeah, holy crap. That's crazy.
So excited.
So the NBA tipped off a couple of days ago. Started off, was it Cleveland and the Knicks? LeBron, of course, dominating, doing his Magic Johnson impersonation, triple-double.
He looked good.
And then the second game, I found that a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Spurs beating the Warriors at home.
Don't count the Spurs
29 to 100 by 30 points almost.
You know who Kawhi Leonard's been training with in the offseason?
Who's that?
The Mamba.
The Black Mamba?
Yeah, Black Mamba.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. Because we already know how locked down his defense was.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
He's unreal. He's been holding a lot. He's actually been Russell's been training with him, and Russell Westbrook and D'Angelo Russell.
All the Russell, Bill Russell?
No, Bill Russell, I think, is training them.
Okay, Russell Wilson.
It's like pay homage.
Yes.
Yeah, Russell Wilson.
all the Russells.
Nice. The Spurs are a team to be reckoned with, man. Losing, Tim Duncan, arguably the greatest power forward of all time. He was relatively limited on minutes his last couple seasons.
I think they found a very suitable replacement in Pau Gasol.
Yeah.
It's essentially the same player.
Feel bad for that guy.
For that time period,
I loved him.
He's great.
He was an awesome bull, but he was tired of the bullshit. Like that. What'd you take out of that game?
I took the Warriors they're not perfect, obviously. No team's perfect. I understand they're a mega team. Everyone's talking about how they can't see them winning or losing more than 10 games this year. It's the Spurs with Popovich. He comes into every game with a good game plan. He knows how to shut down the other team. And I think maybe the hype got a little to the Warriors. They didn't try as hard. I don't know what it was, but the Spurs looked good. Warriors looked okay. Yeah,
well, what's the major thing? To me, with the Warriors, and I love Steph Curry, I like Klay Thompson, I like that whole organization. I will say that the two things that stand out to me off the top the most for them is obviously chemistry is going to be an issue.
Yeah.
You got to give it time for the chemistry. Second off is they have no big men.
No,
losing
Bogut.
Yeah, losing Bogut and Festus Ezeli.
That's fun to say.
Yeah, Festus Ezeli. That's huge. Andrew Bogut was such a dynamic and huge part of that. I still say that he was a huge reason they didn't win the championship. To be honest with you,
I guess you'd call him like the glue. He was just there. You didn't really notice him. But he was keeping the team.
Oh,
together.
I noticed him for sure. What I will say is that The thing that's crazy about the Warriors is like you don't really see this work in sports. Like you see these high scoring offensive teams, whether it be NFL, NBA, whatever. I guess with NBA, it's got more of a winning formula. It's like just outscore your opponent and like hold on for dear life. But for me, I'd rather have some more defensive insurance.
Yeah.
Because to me, when I look at that team, the only defense that they have is Draymond Green.
Yeah.
And a little bit of Klay Thompson, I guess. But you're not paying Klay. He's like a James Harden. You're paying him to shoot. And he's one of the best shooters in the league. I mean, they have the 3 best shooters in the league on that team: Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Argue with that.
You could definitely argue that.
You know?
I would say, though, the Warriors past couple of years have been underrated as far as defense goes. But they obviously, with losing Bogut and losing Festus Ezeli, that they definitely lost some presence in the middle, and Durant's not going to help you out on defense.
No.
I mean, he might be able to play in that system, just like Steph can play in that system defensively.
Well, I want to say that Steve Kerr knows what he's doing in the offseason. That whole front office knows what they're doing. But like in regards to it, just I don't see any defense. On that team, like you need a big body. Like if you were to get what's his name that used to be on OKC, the 4 spot. God, what the hell is it? Serge Ibaka, like somebody like that.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody can get a Hassan Whiteside, but like if you had somebody like that, I think that I mean, because that's their big flaw. I mean, that's the only thing. Yeah, they might put up 130, but defensively, if they get clamped down and they're getting stolen from, they're just purely relying on their shot, which did not work out for them in the finals.
I mean, and obviously we're nitpicking. It's game 1, and it's the Spurs and
I
whatever.
don't even think they're going to make the playoffs, to be honest with you. Yeah, we're talking all this shit.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. What do you think? I mean, do you see the Warriors? I mean, what was that Vegas odds you were talking about prior to?
Oh, you can take the field. So you can take all the other 29 teams to win the NBA championship. It's plus 120, I believe. So it's if you bet 100, you get $120 back.
That's insane.
Yeah. So you can pick 29 teams.
Yeah, and make money.
I like those odds.
Yeah, hopefully. That's hilarious. No, I mean the Spurs will be in it this year for sure.
Oh, they always are. They're win like 55 to 60 games. They'll be fine.
Yeah, top of the pack.
So a team that I'm not so sure about, but I'm excited to watch the rest of this year. The Houston Rockets.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you just like getting your heart broken?
Do you remember a couple podcasts ago? So actually a while ago, we were talking about possible MVP candidates. And I mentioned James Harden. And
scoring, sure.
I mean, they end up losing.
His defense is
it's so bad, right?
Dude.
Okay,
he just doesn't even try.
They end up losing to Lakers, whatever, 120, 114. But he has 34, 17, and 8.
That's insane.
He's never had double digits assists before.
That's crazy.
He had 10 in the first quarter.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what?
It's D'Antoni's offense.
Hold that thought.
Sure.
Guys, I do this every podcast. I'm so sorry. I'm really burned out. If you couldn't tell, I apologize. But today is October 27, 2016, and this is our Jordan episode. So the 23rd, not the 45th.
Okay, number 23.
Number 23.
So the good Michael Jordan.
Just want to throw that out there for a frame of reference in terms of time. Sorry, let's get back to what we were just talking about.
Oh, Houston Rockets.
With James Harden.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see him and Westbrook, 2 players I'm super excited to see.
I was on the fence about Westbrook until he signed that contract.
Yeah.
Now he signs the contract. I'm like, you decided to stay and sign? You're going to go off.
I mean, it's either he's going to go off.
Because I thought he was going to implode and be like, fuck
yeah.
this team. Like, I can't believe that KD left. I have nobody. I got Victor Oladipo. Great. But it could be a blessing in disguise.
I don't think Westbrook is lacking for confidence at any point.
No, not that, but I think he could have thrown a bitch fit in terms of his play. Which I think a lot of us would have done.
Yeah.
Who the fuck wants to stay out in OKC?
No.
With all due respect to OKC fans, you have a phenomenal fan base.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, there's no... Russell Westbrook went, LSU, right? Or
UCLA.
No, UCLA, excuse me. I mean, he's used to, the bright lights and the hot babes, and he's out there, like, tumbleweeding it. You know what I mean? Like, I would have been like, fuck this. I'm going to ride this last year out and go get paid. Yeah. Boston was ready to ship anyone out there.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's it's a hell of a sports town.
Absolutely.
So... you really think the Rockets are going to do it defensively?
No. I'm excited to watch them. I said I have no idea how they're going to do. They could
Jason Richardson double spin.
They could win 50 games, or they could go 35 and 50.
Yeah.
Like I think it can go either way, just because the the time they're going to spend on off, it's going to be super fast, super quick, pass, score.
Yeah.
So these games are going to be like this. I think the rest of the year, 105, 110 points, and I'm just excited to watch that.
Yeah, it's a fun brand of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I know I keep preaching defense this entire podcast, but like everybody loves just like a high scoring, shootout, just insane, like who's going to win. That's kind of like how college basketball is.
Yeah.
And what the big thing is with that. So, what else do we got?
I just wanted to mention real quick, shout out Miami Heat winning the home opener.
Yeah.
108-96 against Orlando. Whiteside, 18 points, 14 rebounds.
Earning that money.
Yeah, dude.
Earning that money.
And my boy Justice Winslow, 15-8-4.
15-8-4. Okay.
So we got no Wade, no LeBron, no Bosh.
Let me ask you a question as a diehard Bulls fan. How is Wade going to do this year for us? Because he's hitting threes. I don't know if you saw that.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is, dude.
When?
Yeah, he hit like 5 for 6 threes.
When?
In
a game?
Yeah.
In preseason?
Yeah. I think it was preseason.
Oh,
I don't think it was recent. But yeah, he was draining them. Ugly shot. But he was draining them. I don't care.
One of my favorite stats about Dwayne Wade was
he throws it up.
He was one of 2 players all time to have over 1,000 attempts from 3 and then shoot less than 30%.
Oof. This isn't baseball. You know what I mean? That would have been Hall of Fame numbers if he was playing a different sport.
It's nuts, man.
I don't know what to think about our Bulls, man. I don't know what's in store. I think defensively we're going to be really, really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something cool about this team. It's weird. I'm not on it. It's not a long-term team, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a squad I would rock in 2K.
Really?
Yeah. Why not?
Lopez is like nobody can shoot.
Lopez is a glass eater. Well, no, Rondo.
Rondo can't shoot.
Listen, if you're like
Rondo is
if you're a 12-year-old, if you're a 12-year-old, if you're a 12-year-old and you're playing with the Warriors and you're just chucking it up, obviously. But I mean, if you can pass, spin around and jam.
Oh, you like the bounce pass. When you play video games, you like the technical aspects. You like the solid running game, the power eye. And,
I'm in
football.
2020 of Madden right now, and I have you
installed a run option offense.
Totally. I got Denard Robinson rushing for 2,000 yards. It's fun. I'm such a dork. Wait, here's another thing. Why does Jeremy Lin keep getting paid?
Because he was really good for a week in New York.
That dude. And he's Asian. Let's call it what it is. Seriously. I'm not joking. That's
you want to say let's call a spade a spade?
I swear to God, if people were to just listen to a couple of our podcasts, they'd be like, these guys are fucking racist.
These guys don't know what they're talking about.
They have no idea what they're talking about. What else do we got on the agenda? Let's talk about down there in New Orleans.
New Orleans?
Nolens.
Sorry.
I heard there's a guy down there who did pretty well.
They talk of a man who's 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
And one brow. He only has one brow.
I
It's
know.
a unibrow.
Yeah.
He's really good. 50 points, 16 rebounds.
Those are video games numbers.
I think 5 assists, I think?
5 assists,
5 assists.
Yeah, 15, 16, and 5. 50, 5-0.
Wow.
As a big man.
Wow.
As a big man.
I think he had a 50-30 game last year, too, or 50-25.
Those are Shaq in his prime numbers. Seriously. But he can shoot a 3.
Yeah, he can. He's a former. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys, if you're listening and you're sports fans, you know the story that he was a point guard and then he grew 8 inches in a year. So he's got the point guard handles.
And it's crazy that his frame can handle it.
I mean, if you notice though, he has been injured a decent amount. I think there's a little bit to that huge growth spurt where
there's got to be.
You got to be a little curious because he always has a knee problem or an ankle problem or
Yeah. No, there's got to be.
It just I would really hate to see injuries bog down his career because the sky is the limit. This guy, I think, has the most potential.
He does.
The highest ceiling, maybe other than a guy like LeBron. Probably the highest ceiling in the NBA right now.
Yeah. No, dude, he's insane. I'm such a pessimist when it comes to raw talents like that. Because it's I want him to pull the Shaq. I want him, obviously not the gross negligence of the New Orleans, i.e. what would have been how Orlando was grossly negligent with, the Shaquille deal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want New Orleans to do that for them. But if they can build a team around him and build a team around him now, let's do it. Otherwise, go get paid because NBA players are getting paid now. Go to a sports market on the cusp. Go to Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that'd be fun to see.
Yeah, that'd be great. And all those guys are super tall and fast and young. What? I don't want to fuck him.
No, that'd be super interesting to see him and like Karl Anthony Towns and Rubio and all of them working together. That'd be
Ricky Rubio just dishing it off because he can't shoot.
he cannot shoot.
You know what I mean? Wasn't that you about a year ago when you were telling me like Rubio's numbers in terms of shooting?
He was on pace for at the time the worst shooting percentage of all time. He was like 26%,
I
27%.
loved him. Wasn't it? It was either Rubio or Steph Curry at the time when they came in, right?
Yeah.
And if you looked up Rubio's highlights in Spain, he was unreal. I was like, it is a hands down, no questions asked. You take Ricky Rubio.
Well, because it was the knock with
And
Steph Curry
was
he was slight, small, whatever you want to call it, and he had
Rubio's
ankle problems.
Not huge. He had ankle problems.
Yeah,
that's right. And Davidson's not a powerhouse.
Apparently, there's this whole story about how the Warriors training staff basically retaught Steph Curry how to walk and how to jump. So like when he comes down, the force. It would like come on the heel, and that's why he kept having ankle problems.
Yeah, you want to go toe to heel, not heel to toe.
Yeah, so they like totally redid all that, and now he's he's fucking Steph Curry.
Dude, he's unreal. That guy. I felt like at a certain point last 2 seasons, he sold his soul to the devil because some of the shots he was making.
Yeah,
and he's basically like posterized Chris Paul for the rest of his career. No matter what Chris Paul has done throughout his career, whether it be in Charlotte or whether it be in LA
or the State Farm commercials
like he will always be known as the dude that was Steph Curry's bitch. Like, for real, in the annals of NBA lore, like he will be like, oh, is that the guy that got crossed over 300 times by Steph Curry? Oh, makes sense. What else do we got?
Well, I think that's about it. All I want to talk about for NBA. You want to talk Cubs or you want to talk NFL?
Well, I feel like I could go on the Cubs for days. Let's do NFL.
Okay.
And then we'll go into the Cubs. And then we'll end on fantasy.
So, want to mention that we do a little segment here, a quick pick, if you will, called the Laughably Good Lock of the Week.
Yes.
Last week, I picked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win in San Francisco. Hey, they did.
Yeah.
2 for 2.
I started Colin Kaepernick, and he got me 20 points.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I've been, like, lucking out with my guys. So who do you got this week?
This week, I have the New York Jets over the Cleveland Browns.
You're fucking with me.
No.
I too. And I'll even up you one.
2?
I'll even up you one. I will agree with your laughably what is it? Pick?
Good, laughably good lock of the week.
Good lock of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I will raise that and say that I will start Ryan Fitzpatrick in my fantasy league.
Okay, get out of my head.
And
yes,
he will pass for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Get out of my head. That's exactly. I wrote that down. Did you look at my notes before this?
I licked your notes.
Did you look at my notes?
I'm not that kinky.
Did you?
I swear to God. I started Ryan Fitzpatrick. If you look at the one league that we're in through Laugh Factory, Ryan Fitzpatrick
yeah, everyone,
is starting.
look at our league real quick.
Look at our league. It was either him or Mariota.
Yeah.
And I said no to Mariota.
I mean, then again, we're not exactly going out on a limb to say someone's going to be good against Cleveland.
Well, who do they got? Joe Hayden?
He's been injured most of the year.
Yeah, and he's been getting burned.
Yeah. No, Cleveland's a dumpster fire.
I feel like Brandon Marshall would be a very smart start this week.
So we'll get into fantasy in a little bit, yeah?
Sorry, I love fantasy football, guys.
Wanted to also say Jacquizz Rodgers last week, 260 yards.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That was me. Stop that.
No. I'm saying the Bears gave you him.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he was a guy that we cut.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Chicago.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I want to start off with Pats 27 to the Steelers 16. So Pats scored 27. I know what I'm doing around here. Hold on. New England scored 27.
I'll wait.
They beat the Steelers. They scored 16. No Big Ben. Pittsburgh still moved the ball around pretty well. Just they couldn't convert in the red zone. Couldn't punch the ball in. LeGarrette Blount. This sounds kind of crazy to me. So he had 127 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's on pace for over 1,500 yards and 16 touchdowns.
That guy is an anomaly to me because downhill big runners don't last, and they don't rack up yards.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just not something they do. But I think New England is such a powerhouse of a football team and an organization that they can literally make anyone look good. Now they've been going back and forth with running backs over the past 5 years. Been Jarvis Green-Ellis, Stephen Ridley. I think they even brought in Steven Jackson, right?
Yeah.
And none of those guys worked out. But LeGarrette Blount seems to really get that Belichick complicated offense. I mean, he's great in pass protection.
Yeah.
And he has this weird breakaway speed for a guy his size.
He's just like that big kid on the playground.
Yeah.
Like, he's not the fastest guy, but he knows what he's doing. He can bounce off defenders. He can find the hole. He's
a smart runner.
Yeah.
He is.
Okay, let's just
I don't know why that whole experiment in Pittsburgh didn't work out.
Oh, because the weed.
Oh, that's right. He smoked, didn't
Because
he?
him and Lev Bell got caught together smoking
They're like,
pot.
we could give
so
up
they're like,
one
well,
guy.
yeah.
I think we're going to give up LeGarrette. But he's doing his thing over there.
Dude, I mean,
Who's their backup running back?
So they have a couple different guys. They use James White primarily as a third down running back.
That's right.
Deion Lewis is coming back.
Yeah. Oh, they got 3, but none of those names are anything that jump out at you in particular. But LeGarrette Blount is somebody that I would actually even go on a limb and trade for.
Oh, man, when he came out of college undrafted, we got him. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers
I remember
got him.
that.
And he had a great few years with us.
Yeah.
My only
Why'd
problem
you guys
with him
get
was
rid of him?
he fumbled.
Oh, he had a
He
case
had
of
a
fumbles.
big fumble
I remember that. Yeah.
Because it would be like watching the game, and I'd be like, oh, great 20-yard run. He freaking hurdle a guy. He juke the next guy. 50-yard run, whatever, 100 yards. And I go, okay, he's gonna fumble next snap. He fumbles.
And he just couldn't secure the rock. And then is that how you guys ended up getting Dougie?
Yeah.
Dougie Fresh?
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, no, LeGarrette Blount is doing his thing right now. If you can get him. He's awesome.
He might be available.
He might be available, yeah, if he's on your waiver wire.
So I gave you
Six-man
those numbers, right? You know what's the craziest stat I think I saw though?
What's that?
Tom Brady is the odds-on
We can call him
favorite.
Brady. There's
Brady.
no one else than Brady.
Okay, TB, Tom Brady.
TB12, say it right.
In Las Vegas,
He
is the odds-on favorite to win the MVP,
yeah.
despite missing 4 games.
Here's the thing. I was listening to The Herd, and he broke it down statistically. He's like, the best thing that could have happened was to the New England Patriots was Tom Brady getting suspended. Because now Jimmy Garoppolo is worth 2 first-round draft picks to a struggling organization. You found out what you got in, what was the other kid's name?
Jacoby Brissett.
Shout
out to Wire High School.
In the 22 games prior to Brady getting suspended with Spygate and Deflategate and all this stuff.
All the gates.
And the 22 games that since all the indictments and everything, he's gone up in everything. And one of the best statistics, I'm actually going to post this I'm going to post that Colin Coward on our Men in Scoring Position Facebook page. But it was insane, the numbers. They pissed him off. You don't piss off the greatest quarterback of all time, because now he's going to come out. Vegas, like the season hasn't even really we're now hitting stride.
Yeah.
But like Vegas doesn't go on a limb like that.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Like you wait last minute to kind of figure out what Vegas is doing. And Tom's the man. I mean, the one stat that stuck out was his plus 25 passing yards. They almost doubled.
Yeah?
Yeah. Completed.
25 yards down the field?
Yeah, 25 yards or more down the field. And we're talking about
Chris Hogan, right?
Chris Hogan. I mean, you think about all these tiny little receivers they got. Danny Amendola, Julian Edelman. They're not huge in stature. He doesn't have an A.J. Green.
No.
He doesn't have a Des Bryant. He doesn't have a Demarius Thomas. He doesn't have a Larry Fitzgerald. He's got a former quarterback.
Yeah.
Is his guy.
Yeah, they got like the rushing nesting dolls, but like only the 3 inner ones. They don't have
Danny
the big
Amendola was a Hard Knocks cut. And now he's like a dude but that team is super fuckable though.
Oh yeah.
Jesus
Absolutely.
Christ. Chris Hogan. Have you seen that guy?
No.
Danny Amendola?
Well, yeah, that.
Oh,
obviously.
man. Even Julian Edelman.
The Dolster.
Man, Julian Edelman. When Matt Castle was on that team, could you imagine if your daughter's at a club, say Underground,
Sure,
and the New England Patriots walk in, you're like, great, my daughter's going to be on a fucking movie. Like, that's what's going to happen. Same thing with the Cubs, dude. Keep your daughters away from the Cubs and the New England Patriots, because chances are she's not going to be a good Catholic girl at the end of the night.
All right, moving on.
Sorry. Maybe I just, in my own head want to fuck them. Is that weird?
I think so. I think that might be it.
They're gorgeous.
Some therapy could be in a store for you there, buddy.
No, I don't have the money for that.
All right, so you want to talk about something that else might put you in therapy?
Yeah, what's that?
The Chicago Bears.
No, I like what I see.
You don't? Oh.
I don't care about the record, dude. I wasn't going into it for the record.
No?
No, man. Dude, 4th round draft pick Jordan Howard, great. Brian Hoyer looked awesome. Cameron Meredith looked great.
Who's that guy?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm happy right now. Zach Miller isn't injury prone as he was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are a lot of positives. Will Young's still doing his thing. We are the most injury riddled team. Whatchamacallit? We are the most injury riddled team in the NFL. If you look at the team that we started with as to opposed to the team that we have now, our 2nd round draft pick rookie is now our center, and he was a right guard. You know what I mean? So I'm happy, dude. I think we'll be fine. I think it's a process, and I'm really impressed with the rebuilding job that Fox has done. I don't like this whole dealing Alshon, because I don't know. The Bears The Bears are really known for dealing away way too good of talent for way too little. We're not somebody that capitalizes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we'll get rid of, like, we got rid of Brandon Marshall for who? I can't even tell you, like, a third-round draft pick.
Oh, yeah. It was like a third or
Yeah,
fourth.
dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? He's the top 10 receiver in the NFL.
So then, why do you trust the rebuilding process then?
I don't trust the rebuilding process, but I like in the direction that it's going. I like Ryan Pace.
Mm-hmm.
And John Fox isn't here to win a Super Bowl. Like, contrary to what all you Bears fans think, like, his job, nobody was sad to see him go. Carolina wasn't sad to see him go. John Elway and the Denver Broncos.
There's a few people sad.
He's a good dude. He's a cool dude,
Like
I'm
maybe
sure.
his neighbors or something. Like he was a cool, they'd have him over for barbecues.
Yeah, he's slender. He's a slender man. But yeah, man, I mean, just rebuild and let's get someone in here that can take us over.
Oh, so he's gonna be like a Lovey.
Yeah. I will get sick of him at some point. Just hopefully when it's time to bring someone in, they don't crash the Ferrari.
I was about to say, then, that's the process. A lot of these teams go to, they get a guy who's a veteran who builds the team, and then they bring in a hot young candidate or innovative guy or whatever.
Bring back Adam
Boom or
Gase.
bust,
Bring back Adam Gase because he's sure to get fired after the whole Miami debacle right
Dude,
now.
Miami's actually been on a tear lately.
Yeah, with a JJ.
With Jay Ajayi.
That dude.
Yes.
200 yards back to back.
Back to back.
What the fuck?
Dude, he is ridiculous.
Yeah,
but now he's going to get even more time because Arian Foster retired.
Yeah, what a career, man. Undrafted, 4-time Pro Bowler.
Mm-hmm. When he was healthy, he was great.
When? I don't even remember the last time he was healthy, to be honest.
That's the thing.
Ron Dane was the man.
It's you look back at a career like that, and it's almost sad. I mean, like it's
sad.
It's cool
sure.
that he could accomplish all that much. I think one year he had like 1,600 yards and 800 yards receiving.
Yeah.
15 touchdowns. He was a great talent. It's just his body betrayed him.
When Hasselbeck was the quarterback.
Schaub,
excuse me. Yeah, Schaub. Not Derek Carr. Not David Carr.
David Carr.
Another good-looking dude.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good-looking dudes on this podcast. Oh, man. What else do we got?
I was actually going to ask you.
Sure.
Your opinion on the Bears running back and quarterback situation. So quarterback, it's got to be Barkley, right? They have no other option. Or no, Cutler, excuse me.
Yeah, they're going back to Cutler.
Yeah.
They are.
Cutler's coming back.
Great. So excited. This is going to be awesome.
And you know they're playing Monday night?
Yeah.
The Vikings.
Yep. You know how much tickets are going for?
How much?
$40.
No way.
Swear to God. So if you want to go, go. Speaking of tickets.
Yes.
Did I tell you what I got?
No.
World Series tickets to Sunday.
No, you didn't.
Game 5.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Yep.
Seats, not standing room.
Who are you taking?
My mama.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, she's been a fan for 50 years. Shout out, Ma. But I'm not going to lie. If she's dead weight, I'm leaving that bitch. I'm kidding. I'll put her somewhere.
I want to get to
maybe a Sunrise Living community.
Sorry for all that, Judy.
There's one on Clark and Diversey.
I just want to say, Judith, we're all happy for you here at the Laugh Factory Men's Scoring Position Podcast. Super excited.
Nice plug.
Yeah.
An apology plug? Is that even a thing? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, man, dude, I'm so excited. I can't friggin' wait. Cannot wait. Cubs. Speaking of Cubs, let's talk about them.
Sure.
I know you were saying let's break down game 1. You
Absolutely.
You take the reins.
Okay, so game 1 was that Tuesday night. End up losing 6-0. That Corey Kluber. Wow.
I'll stop.
Wow. Roy Halladay-esque out there on the mound. I mean, he was throwing that two-seamer that would just fall off the table.
Yeah. They look good.
A lot of swing and misses. I think he ended up with 9 strikeouts. 9 strikeouts in 5 or 6 innings. Just nasty stuff. Got a few hits. Schwarber got a hit. His second at bat. That was pretty cool.
A double.
Yeah. So like my notes for the game were he was if Kluber pitches like that, it's almost unhittable. And then they bring in Miller, and I mean his slider is nasty.
Can we talk about? I mean, I know I'm biased, but try to be as unbiased as you can. This strike zone is really becoming an issue. And home field advantage.
Think so?
Real Sports with Brian Gumbel, their latest one, they did a really, really good job on talking about how the strike zone is everybody they can pinpoint accurately say, but the one guy who has totalitarian control and says whether it's a strike or a ball has no idea. He can't tell. 33% of the times they're wrong. Yeah, and over 28% of the times it goes to the home field advantage.
Well, I mean, if you think about that psychologically,
You're off. Hold on, guys. Billy cut his mic. He ges excited when we talk about the Cubs.
Is that good?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay, all right, I'm
Awesome.
back. If you think about it, if you're the umpire, right, and then you're calling the home team's pitching, and you're calling a third strike, you're striking the guy out, the crowd cheers, right? So
Right.
basically, you're getting cheered for doing your job.
Yeah.
If you call ball 4, they boo.
Right. He's
So-
the one guy, though. You know what I mean? Like,
So wouldn't
cameras,
you want that? You know,
no,
wouldn't you-
cameras can pinpoint. What they did was on this segment that I watched was they had right here, and within a split second, they were able to be like strike, ball, strike, ball, and then they're like, well, maybe it might be a little ego thing.
Yeah.
That's fine, but you still need him for at home steals, runs, all that stuff. Like you need the home plate ump. You know what I mean? Just like let's let the ball go where the ball needs to go, because now they brought back instant replay and they brought back reviews. Why are we still living in an archaic time? Like the game changes. The game 60 years ago, black people weren't even allowed to play. You know what I mean? So it's like the game evolves. You know what I mean? So
I think most
I think it
sports
should
leagues are
fair to everybody.
most sports leagues are a little slow.
Yeah.
As far as like evolving with the times,
Yeah.
except the NBA's been Adam Silver's been doing great.
He's awesome.
As the commissioner.
awesome.
I mean, obviously, there's a lot of fixes for baseball. That and then putting a pitch clock on there. I mean, watching that Dodgers series with that one pitcher, Baez, who would take 45 seconds between pitches with nobody on base.
Right.
Brutal.
Yeah.
But yeah, so back to that game 1, though.
Sorry, yeah.
No, yeah. So I didn't see the plate discipline that we ended up seeing in game 2. But then again, you can't really blame them. I mean, those pitches, like I said, were nasty. They were falling off the table. Ended up striking out 15 times. They still got a few runners on base, and they didn't take advantage of that in the early innings.
Yeah. Bases loaded.
So, I mean, it's what? Schwarber hit a double. Zobrist great that game.
Zobrist has been on fire.
Speaking of the whole no black people, Fowler was the first black Cubs player to play in a World Series game.
Yeah,
That's
I don't know how
pretty
I
cool.
feel about that stat.
What do you
Like,
mean?
can I elaborate?
Yeah, no
Nope,
context.
that's it. No, I mean, that's really cool, but it's like kind of stating the obvious. Like, duh. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
really cool. At the same time, I guess it's cool, right? I'm not taking anything away from it, but it's like, that's what they're covering. Like, I guess that's, oh, wow, I never thought of that. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day,
I
it
don't
was like,
think- it wasn't like a huge news story. I just saw
they made it seem like it is a big deal. God, I sound so insensitive. Like, that's pretty awesome. I'll say it's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Because if you think about the last time the Cubs won the World Series, Hitler just died. And the last time that the Cubs won the World Series, the Titanic wasn't even built. So, like, I could give you a lot more. You know what I mean? You know.
Keep going. Historical facts.
Let's see. World War II hadn't happened. World War I was just ending. We're talking in between. Vietnam hadn't even been thought of. The Korean War hadn't even been thought of.
Like the concept of Vietnam.
Reagan, Nixon. Let's think about how many presidents. Like FDR was still walking.
Are we talking about the win or the loss in the
All
World
of
Series?
it.
All of it.
All of it. 108 years. You know how much shit happens in 108 years? So I'm excited. So if you guys are one of those shitty Sox fans that are still hating, like, go into a corner, sit up in front of a box fan, take your pants off, and blow a fat load in your face, because you guys are awful people. I really hope my mom doesn't hear that. But it's the truth. God, how can you hate on somebody that's lost for over a century? You are a shitty person. Stop being so fucking jaded, dude. Like, you wanted to. Even your whole organization's like, go Cubs. But you are the one that's like, fuck that $5 for a Miller Lite. I'm going to pass around the same girlfriend in the same dive bar on fucking Cicero.
Sounds
Like,
kind of personal.
it is. I hate it. I hate it, dude, because I would never. Like, fuckers hate us because they ain't us. They're peanut butter and jealous. You know what I mean?
I've heard you say that.
I'm venting right now. Just don't be a shitty person, dude. Like, you were the fastest sperm. Like, act like it. Anyway.
So just to finish up game 1,
Yeah,
real quick.
sorry.
That catcher, that Perez kid for the Indians, hit 2 home runs.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Trivia question.
Yo.
He was the first catcher to hit 2 home runs in a World Series game since. Who's the last catcher to do that?
Posada?
No.
That was a good cut.
We're old school. Old school.
Old school. Yogi Berra?
Yogi Berra is correct.
Nice.
Good
Ding,
job.
ding, ding, ding. Go Travis.
Another fun fact, Terry Francona after game 1 was 9-0 in the World Series. That was his record.
Really?
Yeah, with the Red Sox, he swept twice.
Wow.
Then, 9-0.
Wow.
Game 2, totally different. Cubs win 5-1. They did basically everything.
I liked game 1 for the record, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to ask you that. You said you did like that.
I
Why?
did, yeah. Because we were hitting. And 3 of those runs, Lester pitched like shit. That's just that.
He pitched all right.
Anyway, back to the Cubs. He did well, and then he gave up a 3-run homer in the top of the 8th, I think.
What was that?
So Lester gave up 3.
Yes.
And then there was a 3-run homer.
Correct.
Other than that, we were loading bases. We just needed to drive in runs.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of doing that home run or bust thing that we did against the Mets. But what happened in Game 2? We got on base and we drove in runs.
Exactly. I mean, it sounds kind of obvious, but it's the perfect game plan. You got solid pitching, patience at the plate.
Solid pitching is an understatement.
Good fielding.
Jake Arrieta was lights out. He pitched a shutout, dude.
Hit him in.
Yeah.
He pitched a shutout. No, he had it was 5 1/3. He gave up 1 run.
No, Arrieta wasn't on the mound when they gave up that run, did they?
Yeah. Well, he had the runner was earned to him because he got him.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
But he looked good though, didn't he?
Oh, he looked great. I mean, when he throws strikes, shit.
God damn it, Bill. Keep talking.
Sorry.
Keep talking.
Okay, sorry.
Something to somebody.
When he throws strikes, he's great. Which is, I mean, that's again another obvious statement. But he has so much movement on his 2-seamer, on his cutter or slutter.
Slutter.
And he looks great, man. 5 1/3 to start with no hits. Ended up giving up 2 hits in a run. Few walks early, but other than that, man, great.
No, he looked really good. Arrieta, like, he's been making me a little nervous, not gonna lie, because Hendricks is the stud. Mm-hmm. Hendricks is the way he releases that ball. It's like it's just a thing of beauty, and you can never read him. So I'm really excited for that. But just homing in on Game 2, can we just say Schwarber 2020? The dude's not human.
Dude, it's ridiculous.
He's not human. How many doubters does Schwarber have? I guarantee you were a doubter of putting Schwarber in, and I didn't even ask you.
No,
Be honest. Don't bullshit.
No, I think it was the perfect role for him. I think he's a DH.
But you would put him in
at DH. I
no,
think he's
no. What I'm saying is considering that he hadn't batted since.
Yeah.
You would have had the balls to put him in. Would you yourself say that was a good move?
I mean, I didn't see him practice at all, so I would have to
practice.
Yeah, like BP. If I would have saw him do. Are you trying to do it now, Iverson? You want me to do it again?
Not a game. Not a game. It's talking about practice.
So yeah, I mean, he looked good, man. He looks I think his first at bat he struck out, and then he hit a double.
Yeah.
Walked. Second game ends up with 2 RBIs.
Yeah.
Dude, he's good.
He was 3 for 4, dude.
Yeah. I mean,
he's unreal.
Cubs ended up scoring the first, the third, and the fifth, so they end up winning. Was it 5-1? They were patient at the plate. 8 walks. I mean, they just played a really good game.
Yeah, they looked really good, and we were hitting. Man, Zobrist was hitting. Everybody.
Zobrist is hitting 600, I think, in the World Series. He's 5 for 8.
That guy's a stud.
Dude, he's good. He seemed. I think he
did. He win one. He won one in Tampa, right?
Kansas City.
No, I know he won. I know he won one last year, but I'm saying, did he win one in Tampa?
No.
He never won with Madden?
No, Tampa didn't win one. They went to the World Series, but they lost to the Phillies.
That's right. Yeah. I think I could have sworn. Yeah, Zobrist what a great addition.
Oh yeah,
what an amazing addition.
Zobrist, and then
nobody was excited about bringing Zobrist in.
I was.
No, you weren't.
I said I was excited
because we got rid of Castro for him.
That's fine. I never liked Castro. I think Zobrist is the glue guy. He's the on base guy.
He's definitely the on base guy.
Yeah,
That's for
great,
sure.
man.
I mean, he gets on base, dude.
Yeah. The other.
That's what that means, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The other highlight I really liked is Javi Baez just playing, having fun, doing his thing. Did you see in like the 4th inning there was a pop up over his head and it was just too high for him and he tried to grab it with his other hand? He's just having a good time, man. Like he looks like he's playing in the Sandlot.
If it works for him, great. It makes me nervous as fuck. Like I don't want to see you in the World Series like tugging on your buddy's mullet. Like I want you to just like kick him in the dick and drive in home runs.
Yeah.
But hey, it works for him. He has. When it's time for him, Bryant, and Russell to get paid, those dudes are getting paid.
Oh,
Same thing with Schwarber. Schwarber's going to get paid. That is our core nucleus. I've called it since day one, so go me. But dude, yeah, our future is bright, especially with Carl Edwards Jr., Kyle Hendricks, if we could pay him. If Arrieta goes, so be it. But I really like where we're going. And if Chapman goes, fine. I'm okay with that. We wanted Miller to begin with, but New York wasn't going to give us Miller without Schwarber, and we weren't getting rid of Schwarber for great reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
He looked good. Looked really, really good. I'm excited for it to come to Chicago.
I was about to say, it's Game 3 tomorrow night. We got Kyle Hendricks versus Josh Tomlin on the mound. The big question is, what are they going to do with that outfield? You only got
I don't know.
spots.
I mean, they're practicing. It's blatantly obvious. I mean, actions speak a lot louder than words. How they feel about Hayward at bat.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, you paid this guy all this money and he's not doing it. So Coughlin's a solid possibility. You know, because he can hit well.
I mean, the question would be obviously.
But do you take an automatic strikeout, which is what Hayward is, regardless of what he's been doing in this postseason. This is what he does. This is how he rolls. He gets hot in the postseason, but it's not hot enough for this team because this team is on fire.
I mean, that it's all moot if Schwarber doesn't get cleared to play the outfield. But
I don't. Nobody's crazy about Schwarber playing the outfield. Don't get me wrong, but dude, his at bat is so valuable.
Exactly. So it's like it'd be really hard to put him in the lineup even if he does get cleared, because then you got two positions in the outfield that are below average, because you'd have to put
who's the second one?
Zobrist, because you have to play Zobrist. Zobrist is on fire
you
right
put
now.
Zobrist at second. You put Zobrist at second. You put Bryant at third. You put Baez at short. First is Riz, obviously.
So no Russell.
Or no, you could put Chris in the outfield and put Russell in the infield.
So where's Schwarber?
Well, he would be Hayward's position, correct?
You'd be in right field.
So then it'd be Fowler in the middle.
So then that's again two really below average outfielders.
Chris Bryant.
Yeah,
I guess so.
I mean,
third base. I think is a very, very important position.
Yeah, the hot corner.
You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I trust Theo. I trust Matt. And I'm not. I don't really give a shit. Whatever they do, cool. The only time I'm really bummed is when I see Hayward not batting eighth, or when I see Montero in the lineup. Honestly, regardless of the grand slam, Montero just he's a liability at the plate, because right now our pitching is not elite as it should be. We have a lot of depth, but it's not elite. So I want our bats to count, and our 1 through 5 is ugly, but then you get into like 6 through 9, and it's like, okay, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. Coughlin is a good outfielder, so that's not an issue.
No.
But Hayward, what do you do with that fucking useless piece of shit?
Such a good defender, though. He's so good in the outfield.
Yeah, great, awesome. Give me somebody that's
it's the other part of the game. You got to be able to field too.
Hey,
man.
Sox fans, we'll give you we'll cut the contract in half. You give us Melky Cabrera. We'll give you Jason Hayward head for head. We'll take $80 million of that on the chin. $100 million, Jason Hayward's yours. Give us Melky. Fucking sick of that dude.
Yeah.
Nice guy. Paid for a presidential suite for Ross the entire season when he got signed, probably because he knew that he can't hit for shit. How do you not hit?
I don't know.
He's such a physical specimen. Same thing goes for Soler. Or, who are you going to pinch? I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll see. They'll drop the lineup, and I'll probably be like, oh, man, that's nice.
Yeah.
I
mean, if I was a betting man, I'd say Schwarber wouldn't get the start at least in Game 3.
No, not Game 3.
Yeah, I mean, it'd probably they stick with the same lineup.
But he's such a valuable at bat.
Yeah.
Dude.
I mean, you can pinch hit with him.
Yeah.
Bring him off the bench.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Game 4, they got Corey Kluber on the mound again against Lackey.
Lackey's good.
Yeah, I think Lackey will keep us in the game.
Game 5 would be Lester then?
I believe so, yeah.
I'm just curious as to who's going to be on the mound when I'm there. Lackey's good. When Lackey's hot, he's hot. He plays pissed off, and I like that.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see. Who do we got? We got Hendricks tonight, so is Contreras going to be or is it Montero?
I don't know.
Contreras is good.
Yeah.
He's red hot right now. So he's not a home run guy. I thought he was more of a home run guy coming into the Cubs lineup. Because I don't know if you remember this, but his first pitch was a home run.
Oh, really?
Like his debut, bam, gone. Yeah, man, I'm excited. What do you think about our Cubbies, man?
I think they're the better team. I think
more depth in the bullpen, that's for sure.
Yeah, more depth in the bullpen. I think the one pitcher that scared me obviously was Kluber, and he showed it. He's going to pitch again in Game 4. But he's not superhuman,
I've heard this all postseason, dude. We took out Bumgarner. We took out Kershaw. They have good Game 1s. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cocky as shit to say, but come on, man. Like, I'm so sick of, being scared of opposing pitchers. Like, we faced the Mets last year. Nothing scares me now.
I mean, game to game with this Cubs team, they can either do what they did in Game 1, which is strike out, not be patient, don't hit basically, or they can do what they did last game, get on base, drive them in, be super patient. I think they play their best ball when they're patient.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that goes without saying for any ball club, but Baez has been swinging at a lot of trash these past 2 games.
You think he's feeling? You think he's starting to feel it? Like
he's cocky, which is fine. I don't mind cocky. Just there's some pitches that he's taken that are outside in the dirt, and I'm like, oh, buddy, your swing is beautiful, but really, and swing at the first pitch. We're looking in a lot of first pitches down the middle.
Yeah.
If you like, hindsight's always 20/20 though, right? I sound like overly confident and overly cocky in that regard, but I love our front office. I love our team. There's one dead weight, two if you add Soler. But other than that, we are solid, dude. And when Chapman takes the mound, regardless of if he's hittable or not, or if he's 500 or not, I mean, he still throws 103, 105.
Yeah.
And you need that for 6 out or 3 outs, man.
Yeah.
That's it. That's his job. That's why he gets paid. We'll see what happens.
No, I mean, we said at the beginning, we are liking the Cubs' chances in the series. I don't think they win out, but I think it's probably 6 games.
I'm hoping it's Game 5. That's what I'm hoping. What I will say is these 3 shutouts in the postseason, that shit's got to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason you're the best team in baseball and you can't drive in 1 run for 3 games when it matters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Regardless of Bumgarner, regardless of Kershaw. Kershaw, man, I really didn't watch L.A. throughout the entire season, but Kershaw, like, that hesitation move, that's a thing of beauty. What is that, dude? That's crazy.
Yeah. It's like he's good or something, right?
That's he was good. Hopefully he's good at golf now.
Or he's good from watching TV on his couch, right?
Dude, it's our time right now. I don't even care. That was our men in scoring position baseball coverage, guys. For all you fantasy football fans, I know you've been waiting for our expert advice. Billy's expert advice. God, way to leave me on an island, dude. So yeah, we got we like to cover a lot of fantasy towards the end of our segments. We got a lot of questions coming into this week. There's a lot of stuff going on. I keep thinking I'm seeing rats everywhere.
Oh yeah, me too. That's why I flipped out before. I thought I felt something.
Oh, is that what happened?
I thought I felt like a little thing.
It's a fucking rat. What's it gonna do? It's not gonna do anything.
I got 2 at the house. I don't know why I'm freaking out.
Guinea pig.
Yeah.
Hopefully your girlfriend doesn't listen to this. All right, guys. We got a lot of waiver wire pickup questions. We got a lot of stardom system questions. This is men in scoring positions. Fantasy football advice.
I like it.
Like it?
Nice.
Real original. It took me a while. Billy, did you have any? Did you check our email? Because for any questions.
Yeah. So I got a couple.
All right.
I got one that I'm gonna actually add on to.
Please.
So basically, this guy was saying that he used his first round pick on Jordy Nelson this year.
Oof.
And he's wondering when should he sit him? Is he an automatic start every single time? Is he wide receiver number 1? Should he go more for matchups? And then I think it's a good question because a decent amount of wide receiver 1s this year. I mean, Des Bryant's been hurt for most of the year. DeAndre Hopkins is up and down.
Demaryius Thomas.
Exactly, Demaryius Thomas. So it's like, when can you move away from a name?
That's tough. Not tough enough, though. What you do is you
Tough
go,
enough.
Are you tough enough? You go with the hot hand, man. I mean, that's it. Bottom line. I mean, for instance, if you were to look at some of my lineups, they're not name jumpers. There's not a lot of people on there that you're like, ooh, what? Nice. Because that's kind of a live by the sword, die by the sword kind of mentality. You know what I mean? With Jordy Nelson, first off, I think you definitely went wrong in choosing him first overall. We're assuming you're in a PPR league, bud, or girl, and if you're in a PPR league, Randall Cobb would have been the better choice because he is targeted more than Jordy. Jordy's more of a 9 route, a seam guy who gets touchdowns, which is great. But when you take that threat away from him, he's not. Randall's targeted a lot more.
What's crazy is that Bears game, the Packers-Bears game.
It's the Bears, dude.
So Rodgers throws for 375 yards, and I have Jordy Nelson in a keeper league, and I look at the stats. I'm like, okay, Jordy must have done something. Nothing. He had 1 catch for fucking 9 yards. Randall Cobb had 10 catches. Montgomery had 8 catches, and Devontae Adams had 13 catches.
Yeah, Devontae's like one of those weird guys that like pops in every once in a while.
Yeah, just to piss me off. Jordan Nelson was the one guy who didn't get any catches on that team.
That's hilarious. No offense.
No, I have J.J., so it's fine.
That's another guy.
Points.
So what was the original question? When do you start him? When do you sit him in terms of a name?
With DeAndre Hopkins, for that one in specific, I say you give him at least one more week as your number one guy. They're playing the Lions this week.
Lions give up a lot.
They do. And, I mean, if this is the game where he should break out or at least have he should show you something. And if he doesn't, then you just know it's a bad offense. I don't think it's Hopkins' fault at all. I just think Osweiler stinks.
Osweiler's really bad. You go into that knowing that, though. You know what I mean? With Jordy, man, I think he's a flex at best. If you have anybody better to put in your flex, do that. And, again, it's a week-to-week matchup, man. You never know. Something's going on over there in Green Bay that nobody can quite put their finger on.
So you're saying Jordy's a matchup guy. He's not a number one
No.
automatic.
Definitely don't ride that name. He's definitely a matchup guy. Look at who he's going against. Look at the defenses. Look at what the defense give up in fantasy points. Do some homework in that regard.
Mm-hmm. Guys, do your own homework.
Do your own homework. What are we here for? But what I will say is like, go up against opposing defenses. Look at the matchups. Also, here's another thing that I've started doing in the past few last seasons is look at when the game is being played. If it's a Sunday afternoon, run of the mill, that's kind of crappy. If you look at a Monday or Thursday night, some teams underperform on Mondays and Thursdays.
Oh yeah, the Thursday is always weird. It's a short week for if you're not coming off a bye week, you got 2 days, 3 days to prepare.
Right.
And they just seem to be really crappy matchups.
They are. There was only one good one, and that was the Jets-Bills.
Oh yeah, that one was fun.
That was a barn burner.
Did you watch the Sunday night game?
Which one?
Seahawks-Cardinals.
Oh my God,
6-6.
I fell asleep. A tie. At least there wasn't a Donovan going, I didn't know a game could end in a tie, man. That's crazy.
Crazy. Both kickers missed within 30 yards.
Crazy. It's almost like they were Connor Barth or Robert Aguayo. One of those guys.
He's on the upswing, man. He's on some anti-anxiety
You were
medication.
foolishly optimistic. So he's high. So he's out there fucked up.
As long as he's making kicks.
Hey, that's all that matters. Guys, I want to do some waiver wire pickup talk for all of you guys kind of scrambling around. I know bye weeks are coming up. People are freaking out a little bit. Don't worry, there are guys that you can grab, but you got to stay on it. You got to stay diligent, man. Don't jump on these guys if you're not paying attention. If you're in need of a quarterback, I like the matchup with Mariota. I think he's going to be a solid 15 points. If you're looking for 30-point guys, if you're especially in deeper leagues like 12, 14 people, obviously these guys aren't available. But I would definitely – that's somebody that I would go after if you need a quarterback. Also, the number one guy to pick up right now, in my opinion, and Bill, correct me if I'm wrong, Ty Montgomery. His fantasy potential right now is unreal because he's a running back and a wide receiver.
I mean, if there's any way he's available in your league. I know he's probably picked up in a decent amount of leagues. But, yeah, if for some reason he's available, absolutely pick him up.
Yes.
There's no reason not to.
No, absolutely not, because those points work for both. It's not you can start him as a running back, he'll get the wide receiver points. You start him as a wide receiver, he'll get the running back points. Either way, the guy's going to get some touches because their backfield right now is.
Well, Lacey's out for a few more weeks. Starks, we don't know.
Yeah,
he's basically they signed Niall Davis, but I don't know his role yet.
Yeah. I mean, you could grab it. Definitely don't start a Niall Davis unless you want like 1 or 2 points if you're lucky. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, I would say go after a Ty Montgomery for these bye-week pickups. Also, a guy that I keep seeing floating around on the waiver wire, and I know he's not a guarantee, but he's a good wide receiver 3 or flex option, would be Brandon LaFell.
Really?
Brandon LaFell, on average right now, is about between 10 and 15 points a game.
That's not bad.
Look at this. I mean, in week 5, he put up 26.
All right.
Here are his points. Week 1, I'm just going to go all the way down. 13, 6, 5, 8. So 6, 5, 8 leaves to be desired. Still positive points. 26, 9, and 18.
Okay.
So on average, he's right around the, you don't know what you're going to get. You're going to get, right around 7 points. That's 7 touches. That's fine. This guy has not been touched in a lot of the leagues that I've been looking at. So that could be somebody to look in on, especially if you're scrambling. And Eddie Royal, too, if he's still available, is somebody that, with Cutler coming back, I know that's a target that he liked.
Okay.
We're talking about 10-point guys right now because we're assuming you're in a PPR. We're assuming you're relatively deep. There's not going to be an A.J. Green just sitting around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if another one I like, again, it's going to sound kind of homerish, but Adam Humphries, slot receiver for the Bucs. I think with the Raiders focusing all their attention on Evans, James Winston likes to throw underneath a lot. I think him or Cameron Brate, the tight end, could get you 10, 15 points this week.
Speaking of tight ends, Jack Doyle.
Oh, yeah.
Grab him.
Absolutely.
Grab him. Even if you don't start him, grab him. I don't like the matchup this week because the defense he's going up against is pretty good against the tight end, and we all know what kind of a dumpster fire right now Indianapolis is. But Doesn't look like Dwayne Allen's coming back anytime soon.
Yeah.
I think he's out 5-6 weeks minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So what I will say is definitely go for Jack Doyle. If you can grab him, do it.
I mean, at the very least, he catches the ball when it's thrown to him.
He does. It's a typical white tight end, man. He just catches balls.
Yeah. I mean, once you get past, was it Jordan Reed, Greg Olsen, or Gronk, or even Kelsey?
Yeah. For all you Jordan Reed guys scrambling out there, he's feeling pretty confident about his own concussion protocol. That was probably the dumbest thing I think he could have ever said.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man, I feel like I'm clear to play. No shit, you're concussed. You have no idea what's going on. Oh, man, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. I mean, I like where your heart is at. I also had a couple other questions in regards to the Jordan Reed fiasco.
Mm-hmm.
I think again, I can't harp enough. Pick up Jack Doyle if you can, because right now you got, like you were saying, there's only so many tight ends you can grab.
Yeah.
And if a guy like that's out. Also, I got an email here from who's this from? We'll get back to that. Anyway, email real quick. What do they do in terms of Sam Bradford?
Yes.
Start him or sit him?
They're playing the Bears Monday night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, might as well start him. If you got no other option, I mean,
it's either him or Carson Wentz.
Okay, all right.
Carson Wentz, that's a weird one.
Who's Philly playing again?
Philly, let's see. Philly is going to be playing Dallas.
Oh.
That's Sunday night at 8:30. It's a good one. I'm going to have to go with Sam Bradford. Again, not going to be a 30-point game.
What they call
Forgive my co-host. He's not going to be 30 points. 15.
Yeah.
But again, if you're just trying to get that W, you're not worried too much about points. Sam Bradford's minimally going to get you 15 points because he hands the ball off a lot. Also, Asiata, I think, is going to have a good game.
Yeah.
I really do. I know they split time with McKinnon, but Asiata's kind of like a goal line sniffer.
Yeah, the Bears' defense isn't very good. If anyone's playing the Bears, the Colts, the Saints, I'd say start them.
That's right. The Saints are really bad.
Saints are bad.
That's awful. What about San Diego? How's their D doing?
They
got good long D. Is it hard D?
They're actually better than I thought they'd be. I think they're 3-4 now at this point.
Are they?
Yeah. Ended up beating Atlanta last week too, coming back, winning.
Oh, nice.
Atlanta's on the down. I'm telling you, man. Atlanta's gonna implode again. It's gonna happen.
You're such a homebody. Oh, guys, do you have any other questions?
I got one last one.
Please.
Okay. Emergency QB situation.
Mm-hmm.
His quarterback's on a bye. He can pick up Fitzpatrick or Ryan Fitzpatrick or Trevor Siemian.
Fitzpatrick, hands down.
Because he's playing the Browns or because you like Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Because he's got Brandon Marshall. Because he's got that starting role back and he's playing the Browns. Yeah, all of it. Yeah, for sure.
I think
Fitzpatrick. Because Siemian, you don't know what you're going to get. That team is defense-based. C.J. Anderson's out, so he might be throwing the ball a little too much. And I see some picks in his future, especially being, what is he, like a 5th round, 4th round draft pick?
Something like that.
Like out of Northwestern?
Yes.
He's good. I like Trevor Siemian, but he's just too unproven. I say go with the safe bet in the legend from Harvard. I also say that, too, because I'm starting him.
Yeah.
I'm going to. I don't give a fuck. I think he's going to put up 30 points.
This could easily be the game where he comes back and he's Fitzpatrick of last year.
Yeah, they're going to go 2-5 after this game.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, thank you so much for submitting your questions. Remember, without this, it is impossible. If we didn't get to you on all your questions, I apologize. We'll roll it over if we can. We like to only spend a certain amount of time on fantasy. What I will say is I really like my rapid fire. And for those of you who didn't see the Get to Know Bill episode, feel free to go on that and check that out. But I'm going to do a quick rapid fire with Bill here.
Okie dokie.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions, buddy?
Not at all.
All right.
Now we have a little audience, too.
2 toppings on your pizza.
Bacon and pineapple.
What?
Bacon and pineapple.
That's the most Florida thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's supposed to be rapid fire.
No, I got to. Okay, sorry. So Chicago here. Favorite buck of all time?
Mike Allstott.
Favorite book of all time?
Ooh. Into the Wild.
Just pretend like you read.
Into the Wild by John Krakauer.
Okay. Favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite car that you can't afford?
Audi.
Really?
Like the one the transporter guy drives in those movies.
German automotive?
That was really cool.
Great. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Tokyo.
Tokyo?
Yeah.
To drift?
I'd be their king because I'm so big. I'm so tall.
Oh, you're so big. Oh my God.
I am your new king. They
Favorite
have kings over there, right?
favorite romantic comedy.
Ooh, Garden State. Is that
That's
one?
not a romantic comedy.
Okay. No.
Stop it.
Oh, romantic comedy.
Like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
No. Going the Distance. I like that one.
Going the Distance. Refresh my memory.
Justin Long, Drew Barrymore. They start dating.
Oh
she moves
yeah,
away.
and then there's like the one chick, like she's like, you didn't appreciate me
Yeah.
when he knocks on the door.
Funny best friend.
Oh, got you.
I like that one.
Okay. Dirt bikes or four wheelers?
Four wheelers, I guess.
Okay. Favorite food to indulge in on a cheat day?
Ooh, everything.
You're right. Donuts, pizza, Italian beef, my beef, Polish sausage, my Polish sausage.
I guess nachos.
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 I think nachos can be relatively healthy if you want them to be.
Not the way I make them. No.
Nice. Okay. Biggest celebrity crush,
Ooh, it used
past
to
or present?
be, Elisha Cuthbert.
Elijah Cuthbert.
Sure.
Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
Okay. One famous actor that you want to punch hard in the fucking face.
Oh God, that's a good one. Top of my head.
I mean, you know mine's William Shatner and Kevin Spacey.
I'm blanking right now. Who I'd punch in the face?
Okay, least favorite sports announcer.
Dan Dierdorf.
Dan Dierdorf over Joe Buck and Chris Collinsworth?
Correct.
Wow.
I actually don't mind those guys.
Fuck. Are you serious? It was so hard not to say you right there. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Last and final question. Fuck, marry, kill.
Okay.
And you have to explain why.
Okay.
Precious, Rosie O'Donnell. Okay, so we got Precious, Rosie O'Donnell, and Roseanne Barr. You have to fuck one, marry one, and kill one. You have to explain why.
I guess I would fuck Precious.
Okay, why would you fuck Precious?
I don't know. She'd probably be happy with it. She'd like.
You're a piece of shit. In my hypothetical.
She's a fictional character.
Okay, so you're gonna fuck Precious,
I'd probably marry Roseanne.
the overweight chick with depression.
She's got money.
Roseanne has
Yeah,
money.
I think so.
I think Rosie's got more money than her.
Rosie just kind of annoys me, so I'd kill Rosie.
Yeah, because Roseanne Barr is not annoying at all.
No.
Okay. Fair
She's
enough.
America's sweetheart.
Well, you guys heard it here first on Men in Scoring Position. You can find us on Facebook, SoundCloud, iTunes, all self-titled. You can find all these episodes on YouTube. Our great director, Mike Crowley, he's been videotaping all of these. Thank you, Mike.
Mike.
You can also Snapchat us or follow us on Twitter at Men in Scoring POS. Email us fantasy advice. Does he know what he's talking about? Rapid fire, all this stuff at meninscoringpod@gmail.com. Billy, what do they always need to do?
Rate, review, subscribe, and tell a friend.
Tell a couple. All right, thanks so
that
much.
Thor guy. I'd punch Thor in the face.
You'd punch Thor in the
Yep.
face? That's not a real person.
I'd punch Thor. Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, Hemsworth.
Yeah.
I think he'd fuck you up,
No,
dude.
Liam. Wait. Both of them.
One of the Hemsworth. Both those guys would. Maybe the little brother wouldn't fuck you up, but definitely the big brother would fuck you up.
Okay.
He's shredded.
Yeah.
But he's also an actor, and actors are pussies.
But I'm allowed to hit him and run away, right?
Would you punch Joe Rogan in the face?
No.
Well, at least he's not that dumb, folks. Guys, thank you, by the way, so much for doing the rapid fire.
Thank you.
Get to know Billy a little bit.
Appreciate it.
Check us out, guys. All right. Thank you so much.
Peace.